Hello. Holy crap, it's been a while, huh? Hello, everybody. Good morning. Happy New Year. I love you too, sweetheart. So yeah, wow. It's been a very long time since I last streamed. It was what, June, I think, when I had my last one? Don't 100% remember. I only streamed like twice last year, so it has been way too long. But hi, guys. So first thing you might notice, I have changed things. I decided that things needed a little spruce up, so we have a cute new background here, cute new assets. I love it. The information of who I got the stuff from is in my Excel sheet, so you all know where to go look for that. But yeah. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Let's see. So, since it has been so long, I figured that at least for a good chunk of today's stream, we're gonna, just have a little chat. Because, it's been a year, literally, since you've seen me. So, we are gonna quickly talk about, why I haven't been streaming at all last year. So, what has been going on in my life. And of course, I did mention at the beginning of the year that I had a New Year's bingo card that I was working on. So, I will quickly show you all how that went. And also, of course, I have decided to do it again this year. So, we will go over what I'm attempting to do for 2026. So, we ready to go? Let me swap on over. Oop. Ta-da! Alright, so, as you can see, my ambitions for last year were very hard. I mean, it was my first time doing this. I was just like, okay, just throw in things that I would absolutely love to do, but a lot of it was not very feasible, especially for 1 year. So, we'll quickly just go over all of this. First thing, of course, was get a new tattoo. Obviously, I can't do that if I don't have any money, so that did not happen. Of course, feeding a red panda, again, money. Watch 12 movies, so yes, I did get to complete that one at least. I should have pulled this up before I started, hold on. I did make a list of the movies I had watched, because I made basically a little tracker for myself. Alright, so let me download this picture real quick so that I can show it to you all. Extract. Okay, so is this gonna open in a different one, or let's see if this is gonna work the way I want it to. Okay, it opened in a different one. Oh, of course it did. So let me just do another window capture. See if it'll let me do that. Or, actually no, let me just change this one real quick. Here we go. There we are. Alright. So these are the movies that I watched in 2025. So, technically I watched a lot more than 12. I only counted the ones that I have never seen. Okay? And also, there are a couple more than this. I have a second page for the movies. So, yeah, if it's a movie I had never watched at all, I counted it. So, first one I watched was Sonic 3, because of course it came out at the beginning of the year. When I went home to visit my family, we went to the movie theaters to watch it. Then I watched Suzume, which of course I love, well, Your Name. God, I was just like, I forgot the name of it for a moment. So, Your Name is one of my favorite animated movies, so Suzume is by the same people, so of course I knew I was going to love it, and I definitely did. Elemental was really good. It was very nice. Of course, I love basically anything that's Disney or Pixar, so... And of course, as you'll notice, a majority of my movies are, animated, because that's most of what I watch. And then, of course, we watched Soul, which was very nice. A little sad, but very nice. How to Train Your Dragons 2 and 3. I had technically watched the first one at the end of 2024, because I had never seen any of them. And of course, it's my sister-in-law's favorite movie series, so I had to watch them, and they were good. I definitely enjoyed them. Nimona was definitely a lot better than what I thought it was going to be, because I read the graphic novel of Nimona like a couple of years ago, around the time the book came out, and I didn't like the book that much. Like, it seemed very rushed, and like the ending was not great. So I don't know if like maybe I misremembered how the book went, but like the movie was so much better. I definitely enjoyed it. Netflix did a great job on it. Alright, Onward. Onward was really good. It's very sweet. Up. So, there was a reason why I never watched Up until recently, because I knew it was going to majorly upset me. Like, the whole beginning scene about his wife dying, that kills me. And yeah, I knew I wasn't going to like the movie just from the beginning, and I was right. I did not care for the movie much. So, sorry for anybody who's a big fan of Up. It's not my thing. I watched it. It's been checked off. That's it. Puss in Boots. That's the second one, right? The one. I can't read what it says. Like The Last Wish or something like that. I think that's the second one in the series. It was good. I definitely enjoyed it. And of course, Moana 2, because that did come out in 2025. I don't think I liked it as much as the first one, but it was still good. I mean, it was interesting. I need a drink real quick. I got that gamer subs in my system. And, of course, the big one at the very bottom here. K-pop Demon Hunters. Holy fuck, I'm obsessed with it. I am very obsessed with it. The soundtrack is so fucking good. I don't think I shared it on socials. But, you know how everybody gets their Spotify Wrapped for the end of the year. Of course, I don't use Spotify. I'm a loser and uses YouTube Music. But, YouTube Music basically does the same. So it gives you a little Spotify Wrapped type thing. Majority of my top songs were from the K-pop Demon Hunter soundtrack. Like, it was my top 5. Like, every song in my top 5 was K-pop Demon Hunters. Because I listened to that soundtrack on repeat so much. I love it. It is so good. I can just keep talking about it, honestly. If you have not watched K-pop Demon Hunters yet, first off, what is wrong with you? Because, like, everybody's talking about it. So, I don't know why you haven't done it yet, but you definitely should. It is Honestly, it's really good. Or at least just listen to the soundtrack. Like, if you don't feel like you're gonna like the movie because of the art style, listen to the soundtrack because it is so good. Anyways, then if I clicky there. Nope, that's the wrong one. That one. There we go. But yeah, of course, as I said, I watched more than 12 movies. 13, 14, 15, 16. I ended up watching 17 movies for the year. Zootropolis. Because in the UK it's called Zootropolis instead of Zootopia. Apparently there was, copyright issues. So here in the UK it's called Zootropolis. Just to let you US people know. So yeah, my first time watching the first one, it was actually good. I was surprised. Because I don't know, just the bits and pieces I had seen of it beforehand, I didn't think it was going to be something I would enjoy as much. I still don't 100% understand, like, all the hype around it, like, why a lot of people are, like, major fans of it. I mean, it's good. I will admit, it is good. It's just, I don't see all the hype. But I definitely would like to see the second one soon, whenever it actually comes out on the streaming platforms and stuff. Wish. That was a disaster of a movie. It's just plain and simple. Like, I know it was a movie that was released for, like, Disney's anniversary, so they tried to throw so many references into it. It was an absolute train wreck. Like, the story was non-existent just because they were trying to throw so much into it that you just lost the plot completely. It was such a mess. I don't understand how they could have released this. Like, I don't know. It's just a no. Definitely, if you haven't seen it yet, don't. Just don't. Just skip it. Good morning, Ray. How are you, my sweetheart? Welcome in. Alright, and then I watched the Minecraft movie. So, technically, Minecraft movie and the next two, we basically watched, like, Christmas Eve. Like, watching it with the family and stuff. So, Minecraft movie, yes, it was good. Obviously, it's definitely majorly geared towards kids. But it's fun. Like, I'm a big Jack Black fan, so anything that he's in, you're gonna get me hooked to it. So I definitely recommend watching it. Okay, hold on. What's the long-ass title for this movie called again? The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. This was a movie my father-in-law put on. It's not the type of movie that I would normally watch. But, it's based on, like, true events during World War II. I mean, it was alright. Again, it's not my type of movie. But definitely if somebody's, like, a history buff, or, you just like action or, like, maybe spy-related things, it would be a good movie for you. Like, it was interesting to watch. So, it got a pretty good review from me. Would I watch it again? Probably not. Unless somebody just has it turned on in the background. And of course, we've wrapped up the year by watching Red One. Of course, we had to watch a Christmas movie. An actual Christmas movie for Christmas. And again, I loved it because Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, I mean, come on. How can you not like a movie that has Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in it? It was good. It was definitely good. And of course you also have, what's his name? Chris Evans. He is also, like, the main character as well. So, you have a great duo there. But it was definitely a very interesting storyline. It's very good. So maybe next year for Christmas, you all should watch that one if you haven't watched it yet. I need to switch over now to back to the bingo board. There we go. Alright, so of course I didn't save the 1,000 pounds I wanted to. I have a little bit in the savings account, but not that much. Yeah, I didn't do too well on that, but it's fine. Again, a lot of these were very high, lofty goals that I just like quickly threw on because I was just like, oh yeah, sure, I want to try this bingo board thing. So a lot of it I knew wasn't going to hit at all. That one was a bit high. So, plus of course, you know, I didn't have a job for what, the first 2.5 months of the year, so that was a really high goal for me. So yeah, unfortunately, did not complete that one. Attending a play, yeah, again, money. You need money if you want to go see a play around here. So yeah, did not get to do that. Another one I actually got to complete, have date nights out of the house. So of course Danny and I did actually go out a little bit. I mean, we are mostly homebodies, so we didn't go out that much, but we did go out a little bit, and it was very nice. So, most of it happened in like October, because we went, I had gotten free tickets to see Coton Court, so one of the National Heritage Museums in the UK. I mean, I'm not much of a museum person, but I mean, hey, I had free tickets, so why not? So yeah, we went and walked around there. It was nice. Again, wouldn't go again, just because that's how I am. But if you're into like history and like old things, yeah, sure, go for that. Also, why is my mouse? Hold on, let me fix that. There we go. I don't know why my mouse was randomly in the middle of the screen there. And also in October, we went to a corn maze. Or sorry, a maze. Yeah, we went to a corn maze. We took Luna with us. She enjoyed it. I drove Danny a little insane because obviously we were given a map at the beginning. It was just like, yep, so you need to go to these locations, find the letters there, and try to, you know, solve this little riddle. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm good with maps, so, you know, hand it to me and I'll take care of it. After like the first 5 minutes, I completely gave up on looking at the map. I was just like, Luna, lead us the way. So we did get lost for a little bit, and unfortunately we somehow missed one of the letters. We did like backtrack a little bit to find some of them that we missed early on. But yeah, we did end up missing one completely, but it was very easy to solve the riddle because it was geared towards kids. But yeah, it was fun. It was pirate themed, so there was a bunch of pirate skeletons throughout the maze. It was cute. Of course, explore England was the next goal. Money, again. Plus, how the fuck am I going to explore the entire country in 1 year? That's not happening. 250 Twitch followers. I mean, I only streamed twice last year, so how the hell would I have made that goal? Yeah, definitely too big of a goal. And of course, the big one, which is why I did not stream much, I did get a job. I started working, it was like middle of March when my job actually started. I do love my job. It's really nice. Obviously I can't say much about it because that would definitely give away my location. I don't want to dox myself. Basically, I work for a tourist attraction, so that's all I'm going to say about it. But yeah, so unfortunately, since it's a tourist attraction, I talk a lot for it. And you all know I am majorly an introvert. I don't like to talk much, so I can talk when I need to for, like, of course, my job. But my god, by the end of the day, my social battery would be drained. like, I would have no energy. I still don't, honestly. I don't know why I'm talking like it's in the past. I still have the job. It's just, it drains me so much. But yeah, sorry. Had to take a drink there. But yeah, of course, I do a lot of talking because we have a lot of tourists come to visit, so I have to talk to a lot of people every day. My social battery cannot handle anymore after I come home. So yeah, that's unfortunately why I did not stream much last year. Because I was just so tired every day when I would come home. I was just like, I have no energy. And the few days I would have off, I was just like, I'm not leaving my couch. I am staying in my chair, watching YouTube all day. Or, you know, I would have to clean the house or run errands. So I did not have any free time to stream. And I apologize. I mean, I probably could have made maybe a little bit of time, but no, I just, mentally, I was not there. I did not have the mental fortitude to stream again. So I apologize, guys. I mean, thank you for sticking around waiting for me, but I'm really sorry you had to wait so long. Of course, I did not actually get to talk to Tom Fox. Maybe one day, but definitely it was not this year. Again, another very lofty one, get my driver's license. Like, I wasn't going to be able to do that in 1 year. One, driving lessons are expensive. And again, I have no money. I do have my provisional, at least. So I am allowed to learn to drive. Danny has taken me out, you know, a couple of times. I'm going to snooze that ad break that's about to start, just so I can keep talking for a little bit longer. But yeah, I have gone out and drove a little bit. I don't know why it feels so weird to me. It's so hard to get used to driving on the opposite side of the road compared to the US. It's just, I don't know. It feels just so weird to me. I'm having difficulty with it. So it's gonna be a while until I'm able to get my license. Again, maybe once I could actually afford to take actual lessons. But yeah, it'll be a while. So, go to a con. Unfortunately, we were about to do that because I was looking at going to one in November. And it just happened to land on the weekend of our best friend's birthday, Kafrak's birthday. So it's just like, either go to a convention or go see our best friend for his birthday and see also a bunch of our other friends who I have not seen IRL at all, and I've known them for years. Obviously, we chose that option, so. So, of course, we did not go to the convention. It's fine. I can easily go to another convention at some point in time. Of course, the free space was my birthday. Bleh. I am still alive, so yes, that did happen. Of course, 100 YouTube subscribers. Again, I didn't stream, so that was not going to happen. Finish raid code, yes. So, obviously, occasionally Danny and I are just like, we're going to have this one game that we are playing together. Even though, of course, it's not a co-op game, it's a solo game. But it's a game that we're going to actually sit with each other and play it together. That game for 2025 was Rain Code. It is so good. It is so good. Of course, you all know I love my mystery games. I love the Danganronpa series. I love Zero Time Dilemma. This is by the same company. So, it is good. I really hope they make a sequel. Or, I mean, the way it ended kind of seemed like that, yes, they are planning on making another one. I really hope they do, because It is good. It is good. It is good. It is good. Yeah. Obviously, it took us majority of the year to finish it because we only sat down maybe like once a month to play it with each other. So it did take us some time. If, we actually gave ourselves extra time, it wouldn't have taken too much time to do. But yeah, it took us most of the year, but it's fine. It's a great game. Definitely recommend it. Next one. Read 12 books that are not manga or graphics. I did complete this, and I have that picture as well, so let me swap to that photo. I go back to the movie tracker, because it's on the same thing. Come on, where'd it go? There it is. If I go display, there we go. Here's all the books I read for 2025. I read 14 books, so not bad. Of course, I am planning on doing more this year, but we'll get to that in a moment. So, mainly my focus was on books that I own, because I own a lot of books, but I've only read like half of them. So I was just like, okay, while I'm doing this, I am focusing on books I have at home. First one, of course, was a very short one. At first, I wasn't planning on counting it because it was only like 100 pages. But again, since I did do more than 12 at the end, I was just like, yeah, I might as well just keep it on the list. This Winter by Alice Osman. I love Alice Osman's books. I'm a huge Heartstopper lover. So this is a novella based on the Heartstopper series. So, of course I had to read it. Why ads? Like, stop. The ads keep wanting to try to go. It's just like, I have not been going that long. Just shush. Let me talk for a little bit. So yeah. As you'll notice, I give a lot of things 5 stars. Like, if I enjoyed the book, it's more likely getting 5 stars for me. It's only going to get less if I struggled a little bit to get through it. So, and also, I understand you can kind of not see the stars on some of these, but it's fine. It was mostly for me. Yeah, so this Winter, it was good. If you like Heartstopper, if you like Alice Osman, of course, you need to give it a read. Second one, Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. I was not expecting how good this book was going to be. Like, this was such a good book. I understand why it's been on like the top list, like all of 2025. It was like top book here, it was New York Times bestseller, like it was on everybody's to read list. And I definitely understand now why. Quick little synopsis. Basically, it's kind of romance, but most of the focus is on these couple of friends who decide to create their own video game. So obviously, if you are into video games and you like reading, definitely give this one a read. Obviously they do throw in like some romance in there. It's just like, oh, these two friends got together. These two friends, have been off and on for years. And of course it causes a bit of drama in, their company and making the games and stuff. I will warn you that there is a part that might make you cry. It definitely made me cry, so if you're very easy drawn to tears like I am, yeah, you might cry a little bit in this book, but it is really good. And I definitely want to read more of her books. Gabriella 7, which I didn't realize, like, I have a very long to read list on Goodreads. I have like 2 other of her books on my list that I've had on there for years, and I didn't realize that it's the same author. So I definitely need to read those books now because her books are good. Like, the way she writes is great. Next, Critical Hits, writers playing video games. This one again, as you can tell, I only gave it 4 stars instead of 5. Some of the writing was great, some of the writing sucked. Plain and simple. Like, I really liked the parts where the writer was actually talking about, you know, why they love video games and, you know, their favorite games, stuff like that. And then there was a couple of writers who were just like, oh, I'm going to tell you the history of this one game. And, like, literally tell you in details about it. I'm not going to tell you anything about why I like it. I'm going to just tell you, oh, this game was released at this year, and it had this great reviews, and then this game released. It was such a struggle getting through those chapters. Basically, the one, like, specifically that's jumping out to me, why I'm, like, describing it that way. Of course, I don't remember which writer wrote this section, but he was talking about the Alien and Predator games. Like, every single game in the Aliens and Predators series. Every game, even mobile games. Like, obviously, that's not my type of games, but I didn't come to this book to have a history lesson on a specific video franchise. Like, really? It was such a struggle reading it. So yeah, I had to drop it down to 4 stars. Some of the stories were really good. Like, one of the writers talked about how she worked for Sega for a little bit as, like, a translator. And that, like, really interested me. I was like, oh, this is so cool. And then, yeah, it's just, some of it was great, some of it sucked. So, of course, the next one, Doctor Who, the Shakespeare Notebook. I have owned this book for a while. Okay, really? So I've already used like 2 of my 3 snoozes. It's trying to start an ad break again, guys. So we're gonna take a moment to enjoy the ad break. Maybe I'll go grab me a little quick snack. So we're gonna let it play. It will start in like 30 seconds, so we're gonna take this time to relax, and I will see you guys in a moment. Alright, I think you all are back. Sorry about the stupid ad. Anyways, where were we? Right, so Doctor Who, Shakespeare Notebooks. So, this was like a cute, like, stupid little read, I guess, if I could say. I don't really want to call it stupid. Basically, it's a mixture of 2 different fandoms. So, if you love Shakespeare and also love Doctor Who, then this is definitely a book that you should read. Basically, it just took, like, snippets of some of Shakespeare's plays and threw the Doctor into it. Like, it's so goofy. Of course, I did only give it 4 stars because I know some of Shakespeare's plays. I don't know all of them. So because I didn't know some of the information going into it, I was confused a little bit. So you definitely need to know, you know, at least understand most of Shakespeare's plays if you want to really get into this. But, like, it was a goofy little read. I enjoyed it. It's a quick one for me to read through, so. Next one, Dear Mothman. So, of course, you all know I'm from West Virginia, which is the home of Mothman. So, of course, I had to read a book about Mothman, and this book was so sweet. Of course, a good chunk of the books I read are more geared towards, like, juveniles and young adults, because, again, I was a children's librarian for 12 years, so that's the type of the books that I enjoy reading. So, this one, yes, is geared towards juveniles. It is a juvenile fiction. But it's such a sweet little book. So, synopsis is about this boy who is trying to cope with the death of his friend. And also coming to terms with the fact that he's possibly gay as well. So it is an LGBT friendly book. But the way he decides to cope with the loss of his friend is trying to find Mothman. Because they were tasked with, like, for school, they had to do some sort of science project. His friend wanted to hunt for Mothman because, you know, they lived around the area. And at first, the main character didn't want to do it. He was just like, you know, that's kind of stupid. But of course, once his friend passed away, he was just like, okay, I'm going to do this in his honor. So he starts leaving, like, a journal outside every night for Mothman to read. So basically, he'll just write, like, a little note just like, hey, Mothman, you know, this is what happened today. And, you know, just let me know if you've read this. And, like, eventually, you know, Mothman actually, quote-unquote, like, starts leaving him messages. But the main focus of the story is him coming to terms with his friend's death and coming to terms with the fact that he is part of the LGBT community. So, it's a cute book. It's definitely a good one for younger kids who are struggling with their identity. Also, I got grapes, so apologies if you hear me chewing. Alright, the next book was Overwatch, The Hero of Nubani. So, and of course, as you can see down further below, there is another Overwatch book. I've owned both of these books for a while, but never got around to reading them. And of course, I like Overwatch. I haven't played it in a while, but I do like Overwatch. Sorry. Got a little choked up there for a second. But yeah, so Hero of Nubani is focusing on the creation of Orisa. I forgot who the girl's name is who created her. It's basically her story. So she creates Orisa to fight Doomfist, so it goes through that whole story. Of course, you're introduced to a couple of the other characters in Overwatch, because of course, she's a fan of Lucio, so Lucio ends up coming into the story later on. But mainly, of course, if you are a fan of Overwatch, it's a cute read. It gives you a little extra backstory to some of the characters. Now, if exactly any of it's completely canon, I don't know. They might have had, you know, some freedoms to write a little extra. That might not be 100% canon, but it's a cute story. It gives you some background. Definitely a nice read if you really want to know any extra about the Overwatch characters. It's been so long since I've done so much talking. My throat is already giving out on me. I am so sorry, guys. It's also cold, so that could also, you know, be affecting my throat a little bit. It is very cold here right now. We actually had like a little dusting of snow last night. So yeah. I apologize for all the clearing of my throat. I'm trying to do it away from the mic so you don't have to hear it so much. There. Okay. Next one, Pumpkin Project. Again, this is another one I wasn't planning on putting on this list, but again, since I had already hit the 12 with the other 2 books I added on, I was just like, I might as well keep it on here. This was another short, like, juvenile book to read. The main reason I owned this is because it's signed by the author and illustrator, so I was just like, yeah, I just wanted a very quick read, so I read it in like half an hour, maybe. And honestly, I'm like a very slow reader, so that tells you how short the book was if I read it in half an hour. It might have been an hour, I don't know. Oh yeah, it's a very cute juvenile book about this girl wanting to make an amazing science project that she ends up partnering with her grandfather, who, like, for a while was, like, slowly like disappearing. He wasn't his self like he used to be. But then once she brought up that she wanted to grow like the largest pumpkin, it really brought him back. So it was very nice to see like the two of them getting to know each other again, falling in love with the projects that they're working on. It was very cute. So of course the next one, LGBTQ fiction and poetry from Appalachia. Again, just like with the critical hits book, a lot of the stories were good. Some of them were so hard to get through. Like, but God, I don't even know like how to 100% describe this one. Of course, I mean, it's basically what it says on the tin. It's fiction and poetry that's written by people from Appalachia that focuses on the LGBTQ. So, if you're interested in it, definitely give it a read. Next one is Looking for Alaska. So, I have been wanting to read this book for years. And of course, I finally got around to it. And this is gonna be a bit rough to say, I guess. It's a good book. John Green is a good writer. The ending kind of sucked. Like, honestly, the ending sucked. Which is why I did drop it down to a 4-star. Like, it was really good up until the ending. It was just like, really? That's how you're gonna go about this? So, majority of the book focuses on, obviously, this guy going to a boarding school in Florida, right? I think? It's around, like, Florida, Georgia area. I don't remember exactly which state. But he goes to this boarding school. He, makes a couple of friends. One of them is this girl, Alaska. And, of course, he ends up falling in love with her. And, she goes missing. Quote, unquote, goes missing. I'm not going to 100% spoil that, but... yeah. It says she goes missing, but it's something else. But yeah, so... it is a good read. Not in my top. But, I do have... The Fault in Our Stars on my shelf as well to eventually read. I'm hoping that one's going to be a little bit better because that one does have a lot more hype to it. So, we'll see. Maybe John Green will redeem himself in my eyes. Next one. My Neighbor Totoro. So, of course, I love Hayao Miyazaki. I love his movies so much. Studio Ghibli is the greatest. And yeah, I've owned this book for a while, but I never actually got around to reading it. And yeah, it basically is the movie in a book, like 100% follows it, like exactly. So it's a cute little read. It's very quick. I think it's like 200 pages of that, maybe only like 180, something like that. So it's a cute, simple read. If you like the movie, definitely give it a read. The illustrations that they also added in it are really good. So, next one, Bill Bryson's book on Shakespeare. So I was recommended to read this book because I needed to learn a little bit more about Shakespeare. I mean, I live in England, which is where Shakespeare is from, so I am surrounded by Shakespeare everywhere. So yeah, I had to brush up on my Shakespeare information. Bill Bryson definitely does a great job. It doesn't like 100% like in detail go through Shakespeare's life. I'm trying to think of how to explain. he he goes about talking about Shakespeare not really in like a historical sense, but like he really focuses on the fact that we don't know much about him. Because back then they did not keep much records of things. Like, majority of Shakespeare's life is a mystery. So he really focuses on that fact. Like, you know, oh, a lot of people speculate he probably worked in the glove workshop with his dad. But we don't know that exactly. And technically, we don't 100% know what he looked like. You know, we have these photos of him that everybody recognizes as him. But back then, there actually wasn't really any paintings or anything of him. It was just all like speculations from like different things. So yeah, he really focuses on the fact that we honestly don't know much about him. A lot of what we think we know, you know, yeah, some of it is true. Some people have dug through things and, you know, done their research. So yes, there is things that we do know about him, but there's a lot of it that's mostly speculation. So he definitely covers that well. So it's definitely a good read. If you want to learn, or at least attempt to learn something about Shakespeare, it's a good read. Sorry. Next one, Queerly Beloved. This was a really good one. Obviously, it's LGBTQ. It's the name Queerly Beloved. And you can't really tell much in the photo I put there, but the cake, the inside of the cake is the pride flag. Yeah. Sorry. Had to take a drink again. My throat is not enjoying all this talking. I'm sorry. I will get back to being used to doing this again. But yeah, so Queerly Beloved is a super cute, like, love story, of course. About this girl who unfortunately lives in the Bible Belt, which... I mean, obviously... Hold on. Gotta collect my thoughts. So of course, the Bible Belt, for people who don't know what that refers to, it's an area of the US that is very Christian, very, like, in its place. Obviously, like, 100% against LGBTQ rights and all that stuff. So, you know, they are the Bible's backers, basically. They're the ones that are going to slap you with the Bible and be like, you are sinning, you are a horrible person. Yeah, so... yeah, so the book follows this girl who is living in the Bible Belt. Well, I say girl, she's a woman. She's, like, in her 20s. So, she is working at a bakery, you know, wanting to be a baker. But of course, the bakery is very anti-LGBTQ. Like, this really isn't much of a spoiler because this happens, like, within the first 30 pages. She gets fired from the bakery because eventually they do find out that she is a lesbian. So they immediately fire her as soon as they find out. But, so she has to basically figure out, you know, what is she going to do with her life now? Because she just lost her job. She also just met this girl who she's majorly in love with and wants to spend her life with. But of course, she's also, like... she's stuck doing a huge balancing act. Because she wants to be, you know, 100% herself. But because she's had to hide herself away for a very long time, like with her job and everything, she is very worried about how much of herself she could truly show. So she constantly fights with that throughout the book. And it's really good. It's a really good read. I 100% recommend it. Thank you, Saribot. Take some time to stretch, hydrate, and rest your eyes. Relax for a little bit, everybody. Saribot commands it. Alright, there's my hydrate. Let me stand up and stretch a little bit. Also, I just looked behind me. Luna has found like the one little sunspot that's in the room. So of course she's laying there. She's so cute. Alright. So yeah, definitely recommend Queerly Beloved. Next one, Hamnet. So the movie is just about to come out here in the UK. The movie technically has already been out in the US. It came out in December, beginning of December. But here in the UK it doesn't come out till the beginning of January. Like in 4 days, I believe. I think it comes out Friday. So yeah. Obviously, I was told I had to read this. I mean, it wasn't I have to read it, it's just like, it's something I should read for my job. So, I read it. It is good. So, here's the thing with this book. Unfortunately, for a lot of the people who told me I needed to read it, they were focusing majorly on the fact that, well, this isn't historically accurate. Well, no fucking does. It says it's a fiction. Yes, it does try to tie in, you know, with Shakespeare, with his family, with his kids. But the main actual focus of the book is dealing with grief, dealing with the loss of a child. So, yes, she does try to build up the fact that, oh, you know, this is all about William Shakespeare and his wife and the fact that he had kids and one of them died. Like, they're mainly just using that to focus on grief. Like, it's not historically accurate. A good chunk of it, yes, is. Like, the author actually did go and, like, do her research. She did go to places that are mentioned in the book. So, like, there are some things that are accurate, yes. But, again, it is a work of fiction. Like, you have to realize that when you're reading it. So, like, don't be going into it thinking, oh, this is 100% true. Oh my god, William's wife was a witch. It's like, no, she wasn't. She wasn't. Yes, she was into, like, medicinal herbs and stuff because she grew up on a farm. So, you know, she knew all that type of stuff. It wasn't because she was a witch or anything like that. But, yeah, it is honestly a good book. Again, just definitely go into it making sure you know it is a work of fiction. And the main focus is not on William Shakespeare and his life. This is why, like, she specifically doesn't mention William exactly in the book. Like, yes, she mentions all the other characters by their actual names. But when it comes to William Shakespeare, she never says William Shakespeare. She never says William. She always refers to him as a he, as the Latin tutor, as the man, basically. Like, she never specifically says his name. So that's, I guess, her way of kind of removing him from the story, because the focus is not on him. It's not on his life, or it is on his life, but the focus is not directly on him. It's not about his actual history. So she really tries to push that, but some people who have read the book that I have talked to focus on the wrong things. But honestly, it is a good book. I am definitely planning on seeing the movie when it comes out. I don't know if I'll actually be going to the theaters to see it, or be waiting until it actually comes out on streaming services. But I definitely want to see the movie, see how it compares. Because I thought it was a good book, honestly. There was one chapter that I felt was extremely unnecessary to have in the book. Which is mainly the reason why I dropped it down the star. Like, it was a very pointless chapter, and it took me a while to get through that chapter. Ah, sorry guys. My throat's really not enjoying this. Like, I talk this much at my job. Why is it bothering me right now? Maybe I'm getting sick. God, I hope not. Okay, and so the last book I read, Deadlock Rebels. Again, another Overwatch book. This one focuses on Ashe, and of course how she meets McCree and how she became, you know, who she is. Again, it's another good book. Gives you some backstory on the characters. Again, I enjoyed it. Obviously, I gave it 5 stars. I enjoyed it. It was a fun little read to end the year. So, yeah. Alright. Switching back to the bingo board. Up, boop. And I can close that window now because I don't need anything else on that one. There we go. Alright, there's the stupid mouse again. Hold on, let me move it out of the way. There we go. Yep, so I read those 12 books. Check. Obviously, I did not stream a horror game because I only streamed in 2025, so that did not happen. Yeah, sorry guys. Of course, see friends IRL. I actually got to do that. Yay! Again, that refers back to the fact that I didn't go to a con was because oh. Hi cutie, got an interesting Warhammer story to tell you later. Oh dear. Okay, sweetheart. Is it something I will actually be interested in? That's fine, you can tell me later. I hope work is going well. Yes, actually. Oh, okay. Interesting. We'll see. But yeah, so I did actually get to meet some of my friends IRL. Like friends I have known for years that I have not met until recently. It was a lot of fun. It was really great. I was a bit overwhelmed because there was a lot of us. And, you know, it was like a lot of it was a party setting, so, you know, people were drinking, and I'm a bit uncomfortable in those type of settings, so basically just bought some in the weirdest circumstance and made a grieving father smile doing so. Oh, nice. That's good, sweetheart. Yeah, so I was probably a bit awkward with meeting my friends, but I still had a good time. I hope they still had a good time. So hopefully we'll get to meet again soon and, you know, not wait like 7-10 years. I know. But, you know, I definitely had issues. Yeah, hopefully we'll get to do it again soon. And maybe I'll be a lot less awkward. Of course, unfortunately, I didn't do a charity stream because I only streamed twice last year. But I did finally make my Twitch intro video. I had been on myself about that for months. I finally got around to it. I mean, is it the greatest intro video? No. I mean, it's like the best that I can make. But I like it. I think it's good. If you haven't watched it yet, go ahead. I mean, you all follow me, so you don't really need to watch it, but definitely give it a check out, at least for me. Tell me what you think, what I need to fix. Also, sorry, I have a grape in my mouth. Alright, and of course, this last row, absolutely nothing happened. Yep, so I did not lose 20 pounds. I didn't lose any, unfortunately. Learn Japanese, again, a very hefty goal. Don't know why I put that. I mean, I learned a little bit more, but definitely not enough to feel comfortable, like, talking to somebody in Japanese. Cook a recipe from scratch? No. Again, I'm not a cook, and I'm also very picky, so no. I didn't do that. Walk more, again, I didn't really give myself, you know, an actual goal to go towards, so just saying walk more is just like, what exactly do I mean by that? In the end, like, when I decided not to mark it off, I basically looked at my Fitbit and it was just like, okay, so my average steps per day was 3,614 for the year. Last year, or I say last year, but in 2024, my average was 3,810. So obviously I did not walk more than I walked the year before. So that is why I did not mark that as completed, because I didn't walk more, I walked less. Not much less, but a little less. And yeah, of course I didn't visit Japan because, again, money! But yeah, so that's basically how 2025 went. It was mostly me working, not having any energy to do anything, not having any money. But it was still a good year. You know, definitely some things happened. I had fun. And there's an ad break starting. Hooray! I'll take this time to take a little drink. God, seriously, why is my throat having so much trouble right now? I talk just as much as work. So why is it hurting all of a sudden now? I guess I also get a bit more breaks in between when I talk at work. So it's blah 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 blah. Alright, I think you all are back. Sari doesn't say so, but Twitch says so. Alright. Next thing we are going to talk about. That took me an hour to talk about 2025. So, of course, I have decided to do a 2026 bingo. But this time, I definitely gave myself easier goals. Like, things I really want to accomplish. I need to make sure. Which way do I need to go? Right, okay. So, here we go. Ba-ba-da-ba! 2026 bingo! Yay! So, here we are. Thank you, SariBot. Alright, so my goals for 2026. A lot of these should be a lot easier for me to do. But basically my focus this year is being healthier and being happier. So I'm really wanting to focus more on myself, obviously. First things first, of course, I have added the movies thing again because I did enjoy watching some new movies last year. So this year I want to watch some more. I bumped it up to 15 because last year we watched 17 when I only said 12. But again, I wanted to make it a little bit harder. So I want to watch 15 movies. I haven't watched any yet, right? Have I watched any yet? I've already forgotten. Hold on. This is why I keep track of this stuff. I don't think I have yet. No, I haven't watched any yet. So yeah, I want to watch 15 movies. Again, shouldn't be hard. I have plenty of streaming services that I can watch movies on. Second, I want to finish working on my Mario pillow. So, did I do... So, I made an Eevee pillow. I think I finished that at the end of 2024? I think. It was either the end of 2024 or the beginning of 2025. I did my latch hook Eevee pillow. And I had started on the Mario pillow that I have. But I haven't touched it in a year. Like, I had started it and then I completely stopped. Again, I'm gonna kind of blame the fact that I started the job and yeah, had no energy or anything to do anything. So, this year I want to finish it. So I want to take some time to relax and enjoy that. So, next, go geocaching. I've gone geocaching a couple of times in the States. I definitely enjoyed it. For some reason in my mind, I thought that was only a US thing. So, like, randomly a couple of weeks ago, I had re-downloaded the geocache app on my phone and looked, and I was like, oh, there are actually some geocaches around where I live and where I work. So it's just like, okay, I want to go do that this year. I want to at least try to find a couple of them. Just to, get me to explore my area a little bit, which, ties down to one of the other things I have at the bottom there. Of course, a lot of these are going to kind of tie in together. Because again, the main focus is healthier and happier me. So yeah, some of these are going to tie together. But yeah, I want to go geocaching, so I want to go explore a little bit. Find some little goodies. And I'm going to eat a grape real quick. Oh. That. Okay. Next, try journaling. So, one, again, focusing on happier me. I want to try to write down what happens every day, I don't have the best memory in the world, honestly. Like, something could literally happen yesterday and I would completely forget about it. So, I'm trying to basically write down what happens every day, write down my thoughts, kind of. Just mainly the focus on, what has happened. It's not going to be the best journal in the world, honestly. Because I have tried journaling, like, maybe a few times throughout my life. And, yeah, I would quit after, like, a few days because it's just like, my life is boring. Why would I write about it? So, I really want to try to stick to it this year. So, I bought me a day-a-page planner. So far, every day I have wrote, what has happened. Also, I'm keeping track of, I have this bingo board taped to the front page. So I can go back and be like, okay, have I completed any of those? Did I do anything that has to do with that? So I've like kind of wrote, oh, did I do this? Yes. Did I do this? No. So basically it's just to help me, keep track of things. Again, it's not gonna be the best journal, but it's mostly for me, so it's fine. It doesn't have to be a great journal because nobody else is gonna read it except me. Maybe Danny, but nobody else is gonna read it. Next, drink less soda. Again, this is going to the wanting to lose weight and be healthier. Honestly, I feel like a good chunk of my unhealthy habits link back to drinking pop. Because I do drink a lot of it, so I'm not completely cutting it out because I definitely know myself by now. If I try to do anything cold turkey, it majorly backfires. Or like if I, try to count calories or do anything like that, it majorly backfires on me. Because after like a couple weeks, I can't do it anymore. I end up falling back into it and then not being able to crawl back out. So, sorry. So yeah, I'm not completely cutting it out. Mainly, we're not buying it for the house. So when we go grocery shopping, we're not buying pop. It's not allowed to be in the house. So the only time I'm going to allow myself to have it is obviously if we go eat out. Or we're basically going to allow, of course I say we, I'm talking about me and Danny. Because even though he doesn't have to follow any of this, he's decided that he's going to follow this too with me. Because he's my support buddy. But yeah, so we're not buying any for the house. we're allowing ourselves to have takeout like at least twice a month. So when we do have those takeout times, we will allow ourselves to get a pop because obviously sometimes it's included, so we might as well. But yeah, so eating out or getting takeout, that's mainly the times that I'm gonna allow myself to have soda. Besides that, no. Cutting it out. We're not buying it to put in the fridge. So that's also going to help us save money, which is, again, another one of the goals later on. So definitely cutting it out will be better for me. And of course, again, if I need that caffeine, I'm drinking Gamer Sup. And I for some reason, I picked up my Gamer Sup cup to like show it off to you all, but of course I'm VTubing right now, so you can't even see it. I don't know why I did that. Mainly emphasis for me. So obviously, if I need caffeine, I am drinking Gamer Sups again. I stopped drinking it for a while because, again, I started drinking more pop again. So I need to get back onto the Gamer Sups train, which I need to buy me some more, actually, at some point soon. Okay, next. Go to a concert. This one's already a gimme. Because for Danny's birthday, I bought him tickets to see Gorillaz in concert. Since that is his favorite band, and they are going to be doing shows this year. So, yeah, we have tickets to go see Gorillaz. So, yeah, I'm already going to a concert. It hasn't happened yet, but that is going to be happening. So, yeah, that's already a 100% yes, that will be completed. Of course, the lose 20 pounds is back. I'm gonna hopefully do better at that this year. Again, a lot of these tie together, so. I mean, even if I just lose like 10, that would still be great. 20 is obviously the big goal. But I'll also just be happy if I'm able to lose 10 this year. Because, of course, last year I didn't do any. If anything, I think I gained like maybe 2 or 3 pounds. So, so yeah, of course, want to lose weight. Go to a con is back because I like going to conventions. I'm a big nerd and I want to I want to enjoy nerd stuff. So I would like to do that if we're able to. Clean and reorganize my OneDrive. Mainly I added this because the last couple of times I have logged on to OneDrive, which is of course my cloud storage system, Microsoft storage system, it has been yelling at me like, hey, your memory is getting full. You either need to clean it out or you need to pay to get more storage. Obviously, I'm not going to pay for more storage. I know it definitely needs cleaned out. I used to be so good at, keeping things nicely organized. But, like, in the last 3-4 years, it's definitely gone a bit downhill. Like, I know for a fact I have a couple of duplicates of a bunch of pictures. I don't need the duplicates, of course, so if I could delete all those duplicates, that would definitely free up some space. And yeah, just reorganize the folders because I have one folder that's just like my camera roll. Because again, I haven't separated those photos out within like the last year or two. There's like 6,000 photos or something in that folder. So yeah, it needs cleaned out badly. And I'm gonna like completely reorganize it to make it nicer and better to look at. So that is gonna happen this year. Next one. I brought the walking back, but this time I actually gave myself a goal. Instead of just saying walk more, I want to walk 4,000 steps a day. Now, of course, if I miss one day of not hitting the 4,000 steps, I'm not going to beat myself up. Obviously, I'm not going to do that. I'm mainly going to focus again on my Fitbit, on the app, where it basically tells me for the year, my average steps per day was this many. I want it to be at least 4,000 by the end of the year. So, So far, I have actually done 4,000 steps every day. Except, of course, so far today, I haven't done that, but I am planning on hopefully going out later to do a little walk. But yeah, for the most part, I want to do at least try to hit 4,000 steps a day. If not, at least have the average for the end of the year be at 4,000. So again, tying into the being healthier and happier. So getting a little bit of exercise in. Next one. Spend more time with my friends. So, again, part of me wanted to immediately be like, I'm going to blame the fact that I have a job now and I've been too tired. It's not an excuse. I mean, I keep using it as an excuse, but it's not 100% an excuse. Obviously, last year, because I've just been so tired and just had no energy, I hadn't been spending much time with my friends. Like, we haven't been playing games as often as we used to. And also, yes, everybody has their own lives as well. Like, a lot of my friends, you know, have a lot of things, different things going on in their lives, so they don't have as much time. Which is understandable, because, you know, it's life. But yeah, I want to at least try a bit more, instead of being like, oh, I'm too tired, I don't want to do anything. I want to, you know, try to get back into spending a little bit more time with my friends, instead of, you know, going months without talking to anybody. So, I'm going to try to fix that this year. I'm sorry, 2025 was mostly me being non-existent. Next one. Unplug for a full day. So basically, I want an entire day of no electronics. So no computer, no phone, no video games. Obviously, I will have my phone on me in case, you know, Danny needs to get a hold of me for some reason. Or, you know, one of the family members needs to get a hold of me. But, like, I'm not going to be spending all day on my phone playing games or anything like that. So I just want an entire day with no electronics on. You know, I'll focus on, you know, reading or doing my latch hook or just relaxing, going for a walk, things like that. So I'm going to try to disconnect, which will probably be very helpful. And of course, the free space is my birthday. And unfortunately, this year is kind of a big one. I'm halfway through my 30s, oh my god. I'm turning 35 this year. I am old. Ow. It hurts. I mean, it's also a big year for Danny, too, so... Because I'm not going to give away his age, but he is younger than me, but it's also a big year for him, too. So, I'm going to throw him under the bus a little there. But yeah, so that free space is there. Next, again, reading. It's back. I want to read 15 books that are, of course, not manga or graphic novels. So far, I am almost done with one book. I technically started it at the end of 2025. But of course I didn't finish it before the end of 2025, so it has rolled over to 2026. I might actually be able to finish reading it today or tomorrow, so that's good. I'm planning on finishing it either today or tomorrow. Then I also am currently reading Shakespeare for every day of the year. So, obviously, I won't finish that book until the end of the year, because I'm literally reading it every day. There's an insert for like, oh, January 6th, read this page. January 7th, read this page, yeah. So I'm literally going through it like that. So, that's at least 2 books that will be completed by the end of the year. But yeah, I want to read 15 altogether, at least. And again, I'm focusing a lot on the books that I own, because I own a lot and I have not read all of them, so... Which, I am also going to bring up an app that I've recently downloaded. if you know, follow me on social medias and stuff, you know, well, before now, I was using 3 different books or 3 different apps to track the books I read. Why 3? Well, because I'm a weirdo. They all 3 do different things, and I like the way that they do them, so yeah, I use 3 different ones. Of course, I originally started off with Goodreads, because that's the one everybody uses. So it's a good one to really share with a lot of people. After Goodreads, I had downloaded StoryGraph. I think I've used that one for 2 or 3 years now. That one I like because I like graphs. I'm a math person. So the fact that that shows, you know, pie charts and line graphs and stuff of different things that I read, that really tickles a part of my brain. And then I think I downloaded this one last year or maybe 2 years ago. I don't remember. Book Mori. Main reason I downloaded this one is because it has a really cool, like, calendar app. So, like, you can actually go to a month of the year, and it'll show you, like, the covers of the books that you finished on those days. Which, again, that, like, tickles a cool little part of my brain. I like seeing that. Yeah, I think I downloaded this sometime in 2024. Yeah, anyways. So yeah, I use that as well just because I like having the calendar part, so I can be like, oh, this is what I read this month, and I can show that picture. It's fun. Anyways. So, the new app I have downloaded is called the Handy Library. Basically, this is an app that you can use to catalog the books that you own, which is something I've needed. Like, I used to have an Excel sheet where I had a list of all the books I owned. Unfortunately, I accidentally deleted that list. So, luckily I found this new app. And yeah, I literally have all my books cataloged into it, and I can mark which ones I've read and which ones I haven't. So, if I pull it up right now on my phone, unfortunately I don't have the thing set up where I can show you guys. So, all reading status. So, I own... 473 books. Yeah, that's a lot of books, I know. I own a lot of books. Granted, a good chunk of them are children's books, so, you know, picture books and things like that, so... Because, again, I'm a children's librarian, I love those books. Oh yeah, so, granted, a lot of them are like that. But yeah, so, out of those 473 books, I have read 233. So, like, almost exactly half. I haven't read 238. I'm currently reading 2 of them. So, yeah, 238 books I own that I have not read. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna try to fix that a little bit. Majority of what I'm gonna try to read this year is gonna be on my shelves. So, yeah. Definitely, if you own a bunch of books, I recommend this app if you want to, like, try to keep track of what books you own, and also you could, like, separate it out into shelves. So, like, I literally have a shelf for each one, so it tells me, you know, hey, this book you're looking for is on shelf 1E, which, the way I wrote it, shelf 1E means, I have 2 bookcases, so 1 tells me it's on the first bookcase, shelf E tells me it's the 5th one down. So, that's how I've organized it. And then I also have, like, a separate section that are Danny's books, which, for some reason, he doesn't want to put his books on my shelf. I mean, some of his books are on my shelf, but not all of them. So, but yeah, he has his own little collection. I secretly cataloged those as well, because some of those I might want to read. Most of them I have already read, but yeah, anyways. definitely download that app if you like to keep track of what books you own and if you've read them. Alright, here's the big one for you guys. I am going to stream at least once a month. So I'm going to get myself back into the streaming habit. Yes, I know, I'm sorry, once a month does not seem like much, but it's at least something. If I do have time and I feel like streaming more than once a month, I will. But at least you're gonna see me at least once a month. So that's at least 12 streams for the year. So be happy. Be excited for that. You will see me a bit more. I will not go completely silent for 8 months again. Or 9 months. I don't even remember how long it's been. When was my peak stream? Let me pull that up real quick. Hold on. Hey, don't play that. Oh, peak was in July. Okay, so August, September, October, November, December. Okay, it's only been 6 months. What am I saying? It's only been 6 months. That's nothing. And then, of course, the stream before that one was February 8th, and that was the first stream of the year, so... Yeah, I'm sorry again. But yeah, be happy. You will see me at least once a month. Yeah. Next, weekly... Blah, 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 blah. Weekly date. My god. Why can I not talk? Slow by talking. Blah, 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 blah. Anyways. Sorry. Weekly date nights. So, of course, Danny and I do spend a lot of time together. I kind of want to make us do different things, because majority of our quote-unquote date nights is sitting around watching YouTube, or watching TV at least, occasionally playing a game together. That's mostly what we do. I mean, that's who we are. So this year, I kind of want to spice things up a little bit. So, I have here, unfortunately, I can't show you guys. I've made this little bag that says Date Night Lottery. So we both put in there, you know, different things that we would like to do. So I'm going to just randomly pull one out for you guys here. Let me see what I get. So this one says... Okay, this is one of Danny's picks. What the fuck is... So Danny wrote sleep night. I'm guessing that means, you know, stay in bed for the day? Just have a day where we're lazy and we stay in bed all day? Or just the night? I don't know why he put night specifically, but... What? Let me see if I can find one of mine. Hold on. Let's see, what's this one? Okay, well, this is one of his, but this is also... Well, actually, no, I can't say that one on stream. Hold on. That will kind of dox me a little bit. Here we go. Okay, this is one of the ones I wrote. Blind taste test. So, I watch, you know, Good Mythical Morning. You know, occasionally they do, you know, we're gonna get chicken from different places and we have to do a blind taste test and see if we can tell where that chicken's from. I want to do something like that with him. Again, you know, it's nothing crazy. It's nothing... I don't know. It's something different. I don't want to just spend all day, you know, just watching YouTube videos like we do. I want something different. Okay. Another one that I just pulled out, that's one of mine. Go shopping. Like, simple. Just... Because we have a mall... Like, it's a little far away. It's like an hour away from us. But I haven't been to that mall since the very first time I came over to meet Danny. That was 2016. I have not been to that mall since 2016. And it's literally just an hour away from us. Like, so I would like to, you know, go out one day. Let's just go walk around the mall. We don't have to buy anything. I just would like to go to it again. Because I don't know what stores are there. It's been a while. So yeah, I want to go shopping. Yeah. So again, it's just different little ideas to kind of spice up what we do instead of just doing the same thing every day. Which again, there's nothing wrong with doing something the same every day. That's the type of people we are, honestly. Like, that's the majority of what we do anyways. Just if we're just randomly saying, hey, what do you want to do tonight? It's very quick and easy to be like, yeah, let's just watch something. Let's just turn on an anime and watch it. Or, here, let's play this game. So, again, this is just to kind of spice it up a little bit for us. Give us something different to do. Go out a little bit. Try out new things. I'm gonna eat another grape. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Next one. Take Luna for more walks. Oh, there's another ad break. That's fine. I'll just eat another grape then. How? I drank all my water. I might go get me another water real quick while this ad break's going on. So, I will very quickly switch to the Be Right Back screen. Boop. Okay, I'm back. And welcome back from your ad break, everybody. I got me some more water. Not Gamer's Ups this time, just actual water. And it's nice and cold, so maybe that'll help my throat a little bit. So where were we? Take Luna for more walks. So, unfortunately, have not done that much. But, to be honest, she has never really been much of a go for a walk dog. At least when we were living in the US. I had a big backyard. My mother had a big backyard. So I would just take her to the yard and let her run around there. So we didn't really need to go for actual walks. But of course now we have a very tiny yard here. I mean, technically it's not really a yard. There's no grass. It's mostly concrete and shell. So again, to try to get me to go out walking more, I'm going to try to take her out walking more. So, which so far for this year, I mean, we're only on day 5 of the year, she's already gone on 2 walks. So, I think, has it been 2 or has it been 3? It's been 2, right? Let me see. This is why I'm doing the journaling, so I can remember. How many walks have I taken her on? We went for a New Year's Day walk. And then of course we went for a walk yesterday. I was wanting to take her on a walk on Saturday, but it was too cold. So, yeah, because it was a very cold day on that day. Plus I worked that day. So yeah, she's been on 2 walks already for this year. Which is probably a lot more than what she's normally used to getting. So, yeah. Obviously, of course, depending on weather and temperature, that might change some things. Because don't want to take her out when it's too cold or too hot or raining. She hates the rain. Yeah, so we will be walking more, me and her. Next one, take driving lessons. So again, I'm not going to automatically think, hey, I'm going to get my driving license this year. Nah. Probably not happening this year. But I would like to maybe at some point get some actual lessons. Again, that would depend on money and time. So that one's gonna be a bit hard to do. But we'll see. I'm gonna try. Next, practice more Japanese. Not learn Japanese, because that's not gonna happen in 1 year. I want to at least practice more. I do have, a couple workbooks and stuff for me to go through. I do use Duolingo, even though, some people are just like, Duo's not the best thing to use and all that stuff, but it's an easy thing for me to use. It's quick and easy to go through. I did download a couple of other apps to try out. Because, there is one called Miji. That one actually takes you through, the JLPT test, which is a good thing. There's also... I downloaded Mochikana and Mochikanji, but I think a lot of that is blocked behind paying, which I'm not going to pay. So, I'll use the little bit I can. NHK World, that one's actually from... NHK is the Japanese news network, but they actually have a section on their app where it's teaching you Japanese. And also what life in Japan is like, and the culture and everything, so it has a lot of really cool stuff on it for me to go through. And another one I downloaded was called Todai Japanese. So that one has, it has news stories if I wanted to try to read some Japanese news. Obviously I can't read it right now because I'm not anywhere near that good yet. But they do have lessons. They also have a dictionary and some exams you could take. There's also videos if you wanted to watch a video in Japanese. Sorry, good lord. But yeah, so I have a lot of different things that I can use to practice. So I want to practice more. I'm not going to mainly focus on Duo. I'll just use different things. Also, that sneeze popped my ear. Ow. Now my hearing has gone funny. Alright, I think that's better. I think I unpopped it. The saving money is back. Yes, I did up it. Mainly because of the fact that I do already have a little bit in my savings account right now. Plus, I do have a job now, so I can actually save money. And since Danny and I are cutting it back a little bit on our groceries, that will hopefully help us save, so... my goal is to hopefully try to save 1,500 pounds. We'll see how close we get to that. Plus, also, we do have to pay for my next visa next year, so we kind of do need to save some money. So, yeah, hopefully we can do that. We got a new game for me and Danny to play. So, of course, we finished Rain Code. We have now started Fire Emblem 3 Houses. So, granted, I know the story of 3 Houses. I watched Tom Fox play it, but he only did one of the houses. He didn't do, all the houses. So we are doing a playthrough of it. We are going, for those of you who know the storyline, we are going for the, are they called the Black Eagles? Right? Edelgard's house. We're doing that one. Because I want to see how different that storyline is. Because, of course, I know, what happens. But I don't know how it happens in that perspective. So, it's going to be interesting to see. So yeah, we're hoping to finish that by the end of the year. We'll see how that goes. Also, we did borrow it from our friend Kafrak, so he might want it back at some point in time. Yeah, so we want to try to finish playing that this year. We just barely started it, so we're not too far. Next, obviously, of course, I want to be kinder to myself. I am very bad at being kind to myself. I definitely not good at that. So, again, once again, tying into the whole being happier and healthier, I'm going to try to be kinder to myself to help with that. you know, not beat myself up over failing something. Again, with these goals, like, if I miss out on a day, or if yes, I do end up drinking soda for a day, I'm not going to beat myself up, because I'm human. I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to falter a little bit. Like, it's okay. I can have a bad day. I can have a cheat day. So I'm going to be nicer to myself. If something horribly goes wrong, I'm not going to freak out and blame myself for everything. I'm going to be better. That's a big thing for me. We're going to see how it goes. Next, again, this one is tying in with the journaling. I'm going to take a photo every day. So in my journal, I have saved a little spot at the bottom of each page for me to tape a picture that I have taken for the day. So far I have been doing good at that. Obviously, you know, it's not going to be like a selfie every day. It's just whatever I fancy taking a photo of. I'm obviously not going to show those photos on stream because some of them are, again, well, not really doxing. 2 of the photos are of Danny, which he doesn't like his photos being shown on stream, so I am not going to show him on stream. But yeah, so basically, so far, New Year's Day, obviously I have a photo of the fireworks that we watched on TV, and me holding my non-alcoholic drink up. Day 2, I took a photo of my Shakespeare for Every Day of the Year book, because it was like near the end of the day and I hadn't taken a photo yet, so it's just like, I need something to take a photo of. Oh, here, this is what I'm reading for every day of the year. January 3rd, we had the first full moon of the year, and it was a super moon. It was very bright, very pretty, so of course I wanted to take a photo of it. Granted, it's not the best photo in the world, but it's still a pretty good photo. And of course, I took that as a selfie with me and Danny and the moon in the background, so. And then yesterday, like, I had to take this photo. Danny was sitting on the couch and Luna was actually sitting on his lap, which very rarely does she actually sit on your lap. Normally she will sit like beside you, but very rarely actually on your lap. And it was just like, it was a really good photo, so I had to take it. So yeah, I haven't taken a photo for today yet, so actually I might go ahead and do that now. Be like, hey, I am streaming. So let me do this real quick. Zoom it out a little bit so I can see everything. There we go. I got my photo for today. Hooray. Basically, it's my streaming setup. Cool. Okay, yep. So, that's my photo for today. Yeah, so I am planning on doing a photo every day to go along with the journal. Again, I am not going to beat myself up if I do end up missing a day. I mean, again, it's gonna happen. But if, you know, halfway through the year, I just completely stop, then yes. I will be like, nope, not marking that off. Because I did not complete it. But, like, there is going to be one day, at least coming up soon, I might not take a photo at all. Well, I'll try to get myself to take a photo. Obviously, near the end of this month, I am going to be flying back to the States to visit my family. So, basically, majority of the 17th, I am going to be either in an airport or on an airplane. So, obviously, it will be a bit difficult for me to take a photo. I will try to squeeze one in somewhere, just to get myself to do it. But, of course, if I do forget, because, obviously, I'll be rushing around, I'll be tired, I'll be trying to preserve my battery. If I do forget, it's not going to be the end of the world. I will figure out something else to replace it with. Alright. Alright. Oh almost done with this, guys. I've been talking 2 hours about this. Well, 2 hours is how long the stream's been going, you know. Next, exercise bike 3 times a week. So basically, my Christmas present to myself is I bought an exercise bike, a stationary bike to have in the house. Because honestly, biking is like one of the easiest exercises I'm good at. The only thing is the... How am I gonna say this? I was about to say something stupid there. It's been a while since I've used a bicycle, so the seat kind of hurts my butt. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get used to that again. So right now I'm only able to do the bike for like 10 to 15 minutes before I need to take a break, because after a while my butt starts to hurt. Or at least like my tailbone. Like that area starts to hurt. So I have to take breaks. But maybe, you know, after a while, after I get used to it, I'll be able to do it for longer. But yeah, it's an easy way to do a little working out. So if I do want to watch a YouTube video or something in the living room, I could be like, oh hey, let me pull out the bike, sit on it, do a little exercise while I'm watching. So, you know, get some stuff done. Again, tying into the being healthier. Doing a little bit of exercise at least. So yeah, I want to try to do it at least 3 times a week. So basically like every other day, roughly. And again, if there is, obviously, when I'm in the US, I'm not going to have my exercise bike. So I won't be able to do that. Again, I'm not going to beat myself up. I'm not going to be like, oh, nope, did not complete that, so I'm not marking it off. If I'm going to be gone, like, I can't control that, so it's fine. I will still mark it off if I still do it at least majority of the year. So, last but not least, again, kind of brought this one back from last year, but simplified it. Explore my local area. So instead of trying to explore all of the country of England, I want to at least explore where I live and where I work. Because I have not done much around here. Majority of the time, I literally leave my house, go to work, come home, that's it. Like, this is really bad for me to admit. Being, you know, somebody who worked in a library for 12 years. I have not been to my local library. Granted, the one in the area where I live, it's only open like very limited time because it's only run by volunteers. So yes, that is a little bit of an excuse as to why I haven't been to it yet, but I need to find time to actually go to it. I have been to the one in the town where I work, so I have at least been there a couple of times. But yeah, like the one that's actually in my village, I have not been to. So I need to go explore a bit. And also, again, the geocaching will kind of help me explore. Just try out some different things, go around to different little areas. I have to hydrate because Sarybot says so. Let me get up and stretch real quick. Everybody listen to Sarybot. See what Sarybot says. Okie doke. So yeah, that's my goals for 2026. Be happier, be healthier, do a bit more, give myself a little bit more variety in my life. But yeah, the big thing for you guys is me trying to stream at least once a month now. instead of disappearing for 6. So, obviously, it's not going to be like when I first moved to the UK and I didn't have a job. I was streaming, you know, 4 or 5 times in a week. I don't think it's ever going to go back to that. Because I don't have the time. I have a job now. I mainly stream for fun. Like, I don't ever expect myself to become a full-time streamer. It's not happening. It's not what I want to do with my life. I mainly do this for fun. I do this because I like to talk to people. I like to, you know, play games, and I might as well share my interests with other people, meet new people that have those same interests. So, this is never going to be my full-time job. So, but yeah, so that's that.